Okay. All right. Can people hear me now? Can people hear me now? You cannot hear me? Test, test. Test 1, 2. Can anybody hear me? I am talking. You cannot hear me. Audio is good. So George, got it. All right, so, okay. All right, so I was wondering why there is no participation. Literally nobody, but I guess I never actually went live. So that was totally a mistake. Okay, there, okay. I was so like, why is nobody participating at all? So I've been sitting here talking to myself about Tesla and Nvidia. Okay, so I am still learning. For those of you that provide a little bit of context, I'm still trying to figure out the streaming thing, and I had this one actually scheduled, but apparently I didn't actually launch myself. I thought I was live, but I was not live, and the chat was totally dead quiet, and I'm thinking, what is going on? But now we're alive. We're alive and well, so that is good. So I will go back and kind of start things over. I want this to be driven by you, the viewers. So if you have a request that you'd like me to take a look at, it could be stock, crypto, futures. Let me know. Super chats go to the top, so I will do them for sure, and I will get to them right away. The risk you run if you don't want to do a super chat, which is you may request something, but I don't get to it until 15 minutes from now. So that's something. But if you do a super chat, I'll see it and I'll do it right away. But yes, this I want to be driven by you, the viewers. So if you have something you'd like me to take a look at, then let me know. All right, Mark spoke for. Oh, I know you, Mark. You better still have this, Mark. Do you still have it? Mark S is actually like a real life friend. Do you still have shares of it? Mark S has been telling me about SMCI for a very long time. I hope he still has shares. So yeah, as of right now, he does still have them. Fantastic. Good. I'm glad to hear. Well, very glad to hear that. I'm jealous on my end. But 5-minute time frame. Very nice. I'll just get rid of that level. That's kind of an old news now. But had the pattern, or had the pennant pattern take shape here, and has now gotten the breakout. And now, in all actuality, in the very near term, we have another little bull pennant that has formed. But yeah, hard to find anything to not like about it right now on the 5-minute. What's the 30-minute looking like? Yeah, 30 minutes, just an absolute beast. Absolute beast. So you can see right here, 30-minute also has gotten the breakout. Now, what I'm curious about moving forward is it going to want to do something like this? So let me extend this out. So buying right here personally makes me a little nervous, but if it were to come back down here and back test this line, do you get the back test and go? No guarantees, but that's certainly a plausible scenario that could play out. But yeah, if you're feeling a little nervous up here, because I don't know, am I chasing the price? I hear you. I would be in that camp. But any sort of pullback, so a back test and go could be very nice. Of course, the risk with that is maybe it doesn't do that and it just keeps beast moding up, and then you're sitting there saying, I can't believe I waited for the back test. But overall, SMCI is just, what's the daily looking like? Yeah, daily. Where are some next potential areas of resistance? Look at how far we're having to go back. It has been months since the price been up this high. So yeah, as far as next potential overall battlegrounds, right about there, about 63.75, and this is coming from way back here in late August. But I'm looking at this thing, basically straight up. So good job, Mark. Amazon. All right, let's take a look at Amazon. Again, for those of you that are getting logged on, let me know. Give me a request, and I will take a look at it. Super chats go to the very top, and I will get to them right away. Oh, Amazon actually recovered pretty nicely yesterday. I think somebody requested this. I don't know. I was looking at it recently, and I remember seeing this big old red bar, but at least it's recovered a little bit. But let's go down to the 30-minute. Do we have that? Maybe. Feel free to call me out if you disagree on this pattern here, but I think it's there, but let's give it a try. The naked eye test, so we have an area of support right there. And then we have, yeah, no, I think that's a fair pattern. So falling wedge pattern on the 30-minute. Falling wedge is a bullish pattern. Now, just because something's bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go up. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that this could find some buying pressure? It is. With that being said, as I zoom back in, maybe the best part of the top part of the pattern would not be this trend line right here. And I say that because even if the price were to break through the top part of the trend line, then not that far looming overhead, you have the purple line there, which is the 50-period simple moving average, which could very realistically behave as an area of resistance. So, yeah, it might, like I said, be wiser just to use that purple line there. Or if you just want to use both of these and kind of just call this area right here a little resistance zone. But overall, good to see that Amazon is seemingly, the downwards pressure has alleviated a little bit. So got a nice falling wedge pattern here. Are we using, yes, this is Webull. Yep. And let's go down to the 5-minute. See if the 5-minute can really tell us anything. No, I don't really see anything. I mean, right now, 5-minute, I guess it's telling us that this was kind of an area of resistance right here. So it's cleared that. So now we're kind of in a no man's land. So if you're bullish, that's a good thing. Because really no major areas of resistance until up around here. So that doesn't mean that the price is going to shoot straight up there. I'm just saying that there's really nothing around here. So Amazon looking good from that angle of things. Yes, yeah, exactly, Jack. This is Webull here. What did INTC. So let's go and start on. Okay, yeah. INTC's been in the news a whole lot. Gap down today, which isn't the greatest of things, but from an overall standpoint, it's still hanging in there fine. So if you're someone that cares about more so the overarching period of things, just continue to watch that pink line right there, the 200-day simple moving average. And as long as the price is above there, because if you think about it, so let me extend this out. So if the 200 period, over time continues to look something like that, and if the price pulls back more and does something like that, well, what you'd still just have from an overarching standpoint is you would have, some sort of, variation of a pullback, but then you'd be able to draw in, the big move upwards. And if you golfers, let me put the golf hole down there. So you still have a bull pennant pattern. So yeah, the gap down today wasn't exactly ideal. Dylan, I literally just did SMCI like 4 minutes ago, but you'd still have a bull pennant pattern here. So that, a pullbacks, this gap down hasn't ruined anything because, again, it's still above that pink line. So still plenty of opportunity to behave strong. 30-minute, again, same general idea. Yeah, it's gap down. Yeah, it's not the most enjoyable thing, but just looking at the 50-period moving average here, price is still nicely above it. So hard to find anything to really complain about it on the 30-minute. Again, from an overall sense, I understand that if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you're buying right there looking to play some sort of momentum into this morning, then yeah, for you, the chart looks really bad. But assuming you just care about the overall framework, nothing to really complain about. Yeah, no problem, Dylan. Just letting you know that I probably won't be getting to that one anytime soon because I literally just did it. And then let's go to the 5-minute because I remember, 5-minute right now. I think a lot of shorts have done that. I think a lot of shorts are watching that level, and they're going to be thinking something like this, which is, I think, makes a whole lot of sense. They are thinking if this comes down, I want to get short. So that would be, I'm thinking, their entry point, which then would tell the longs that their stop is right up above here, above those highs. So in other words, if it breaks and the longs can, build up enough buying pressure to stop any sort of push downwards, and then the price can bounce up here and get to that level, that could very well create a bigger surge to the upside because it's valid to think that the disciplined shorts, their stops would be right around here if they're trying to play that trend line break. Hey, Brandon, how are you? Let's see. So again, super chats, we'll go to the top. And also, if you are enjoying this, if you like this format, if you would like for me to continue to do this, please hit that like button. So that's how you can communicate. If you enjoy this, hit that like button. A very easy and totally free way to show and to, tell me that you like what you're seeing here. I am a beginner. Can you teach me strategy? I can. See if I can tag you. There we go. So right there. control is my program if you're interested in that. So yeah, like I said, hit that like button if you're enjoying. And if you want for me to get to your, if you want me to do your request super chats, go straight to the top and I will do them right away. And I will also say that I will limit. I'm not going to let one person do like 13 different stocks. You can do more, but at some point a super chat is going to, because I want to, give other people the opportunity too. We had somebody yesterday, or a couple days ago, it was just, they were like blowing up. Like, can you do this? It's like, well, no, calm down. Calm down. There's other people here. Let's see, INTC SPY. Options or futures? I'm not, what are you asking? What is that relevant to? Options or futures? I don't know. What are you asking about specifically? SPY. All right, so yeah, SPY is still just hanging around here. It's trying. This is a very key level. Is it all-time highs? Yeah, that's all-time highs, right? So it makes sense why it's struggling around all-time highs just from that perspective. But it also makes sense when you look back to the technical standpoint and see this has been a former area of resistance both here and then even right there. But to be fair, right now it is above that area. But resistance level, support areas, they're not exact specific prices. There is a range element associated with it. So I'd certainly consider this still being stuck within the range of that area of resistance. But I mean, it's definitely moving in the right direction. So 30-minute here. We had a couple actually areas of resistance on this one that I had drawn. So let me extend this out. So yeah, you had basically these two red lines, which kind of hard to see, but they are essentially on top of one another right here. But the price has pushed through there. So this is a very good start for the daily to create more separation. But this is still work to be done. And going back to SMCI, when I talked about potential back test, you could look to do something like that here. Does the price come down here, back test, and then go? I could see that being the case in the sense of what needs to happen. Because yeah, it is always hard to break and go to new all-time highs. Case in point right here, big surge up. Unfortunately, came right back down, but at least the price has pushed back above here. But yeah, the battle continues in this general area. The bulls are making progress. Is it genuine progress? I'm still skeptical in that regard, but I do concede that it is progress nonetheless. In my mind, still just a question of, is it genuine progress? Hey, Omega, I remember you from yesterday. Good to see you. Let's see. O. Yes, we can take a look at O. Realty income. Let's see. Let's start on the daily time frame. So right now on the daily, so daily, the big level here that stands out is going to be the problem area. Not that it can't be broken, but certainly that pink line there, 200-day simple moving average. You can see right there acted as resistance after the price broke down below it. Came up here once again, got a bit of a break, but turned out to be a false break. Price back down below it. And then right here, if the price can approach there. So that's certainly going to be the main overarching level from the daily standpoint. 30-minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, so 30-minute right now is just doing battle with its previous high. So, yeah, that's definitely... So, it makes perfect sense from a chart standpoint of how this thing was going up, 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 and then all of a sudden it just started to go sideways right there. Makes perfect sense within the world of charts. Yep, it's a dividend stock. Yeah, I own some of O in my long-term portfolio. But right here we have the, that key level there at 55, 45 going to be a key battleground. And then 5, I mean, this isn't really a trading. So, yeah, 5-minute, basically have a bull pennant pattern there. All right, what else do we have? Again, if you would like for me to do your request right away, super chats, bring it to the top, and I will do it immediately. If not, you run the risk of me not being able to get to your request until 10, 15, 20 minutes from now. Let's see. Beginner. Google. Okay, we can take a look at Google. Let's hop down to the 30-minute. I'll get rid of those lines. Those are... So 30-minute, you got to think that a bunch of people have drawn this line right here, or something very, very, very similar to it. Right there. I mean, look at that trend line. So there are no guarantees, but when a lot of people are watching the same exact trend line and wondering the same exact thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So if the price were to come up here and break through that level, no guarantees, but valid to think that that break right there in and of itself could create additional buying pressure. So that is definitely a level that you got to think a lot of people are watching. No, it's not just stocks, Dylan. It's stocks, crypto, could be futures. And I do Forex too. I just don't know if Webull has... I don't know if they have... oh, no, they do have... So you want... Somebody was asking about XAU versus USD. Oh, right there? Yeah. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. It's not just stocks. Stocks, futures, Forex, crypto, Pokemon cards, baseball cards, Beanie Babies. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Google. I think that's the main dynamic right there on Google. I think it's pretty cut and dry. That trend line right there, Google is kind of living and dying by that trend line as of right now. Let's see. Let's make more videos. RDW. So daily RDW is hanging in there. So we have the resistance, have the support. So I would say those are the main levels from more of the overarching standpoint. Very clearly still in a big old uptrend. Even if this trend line here were to fail, I mean, it's not like that ruins the chart because the price is still above that purple line, which, again, look at this. Brings a tear to my eye. Look at that. Right off of the purple line. Right off of the purple line. Now, does that mean that it's for sure guaranteed going to bounce right off the purple line the third time? No, there are no guarantees. But is it at least plausible to think that it could bounce off that purple line? Yes, that is a more than plausible scenario. And that's why charts are not a holy grail, but they help you make reasonable decisions. And that's why if the price were to drop down on that purple line, it's not guaranteed to happen, but it's a reasonable decision to think that the price could bounce from it. But let's go into the 30-minute. Don't like that 30-minute candle right there. Kind of likes, does it like to do that? Here's another almost deja vu right there. Down, it did come back up. But yeah, not the greatest candle there, but again, we're on the 30-minute. But overall, the 200 period doing a good job of providing support. And then this doesn't look like the most liquid, so 5 minutes probably going to look kind of janky. And yeah, looking kind of janky here. In fact, if anything, on the 5-minute, again, 5-minute has a bear pennant right now. But again, we're on the 5-minute, so if you care about the general scope of things, yeah, 5 minutes probably not going to necessarily be your biggest concern. Okay, I looked at O for Dylan. BB. So let's take a look at BB. Let's go to the daily. Again, if you're liking this format, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. That's how you can communicate to me. The more likes, just the better it is from a feedback standpoint. So make sure you hit that like button. BB. Yeah, daily is very strong. Nice day yesterday, doing a little consolidating here. Okay, 30-minute, there we go. 30-minute, I think, is giving a little bit more insight here. So we have a very well-defined trend line right there. Have a well-defined area of support. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 times right off that level. So resistance, support, nice upwards move there. So another bull pennant pattern. So you got to like that on the 30-minute time frame. But as we were just talking about on RDW, if the price were to break below that line, that's not the greatest thing, but does that mean the chart's ruined? It doesn't. You still have the purple line there, 50-period moving average, but check it out right there. Beautiful job of respecting it at that point. And then 5-minute, probably not a whole lot. Yeah, 5-minute, pretty choppy given the price range and volume. Let's see. SERV robotic. I do not, Sherry, I do not know the ticker symbol for that one. I know a lot of ticker symbols, but SERV robotic. Do you mean robotic? I do not know the ticker symbol on that one. If you want to clarify that, I'd be happy to take a look. Can you look at GNPX? Yes, we'll take a look at GNPX. Can hit that like button if, ooh, yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, who requested? Frank, I hope your entry point is not like up here or something like that, or right there. Or I hope you didn't buy there, then you bought more there, and then you bought more there, and you bought more there, because this is an account destroyer. Maybe you're not even in this. Hopefully that's the case, because this is I'm struggling to find anything on the daily time. What is a 30-minute? All right, well, at least the 30 minutes got some little bit of progress over the past day and a half. I mean, it is possible to draw an uptrending trend line right there. And you know, if this thing is going to turn around, well, then that would be the first kind of way to measure any sort of turnaround. That is an uptrending trend line, so by definition, you'd want to see the price stay above there, because the price staying above an uptrending trend line does imply that there's an uptrend underway. But yeah, GNPX, I'm struggling to really find that much that's going. Yeah, this is just a pretty much of a train wreck of a chart right now. But again, I don't know. Maybe this uptrending trend line here, maybe this is the start of something bigger. XAU. All right, so XAU USD Forex real quick. So yeah, gold has been doing very, very well. I think that's kind of, if you follow the headlines, you know that's been the case. And here's just the headlines essentially being reflected within. Sherry, again, Rocket Lab. I don't know what that is. Can you give me a ticker symbol, please? But here we have just, you know, gold doing very well on the daily. 30-minute though, we got ourselves a bit of a pullback. So yeah, now it's a question of that trend line right there. I don't think that's a great discovery on my part. I don't think that's any sort of special talent. I think a lot of people have drawn that trend line. And as I've said, when you have a lot of people looking at Zaid, I saw you earlier when you requested that. But like I said, I'm going in order. So if you want me to do something immediately, that's where a super chat bumps you right to the top of the list. If not, you kind of got to just sit there and wait for me to get to it if I get to it. Because I don't make any promises that I'll get to anything either. Because if I, no. But like I said, that's where the super chat just makes sure everything's guaranteed to happen. And that I'll get to it in a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, right there, you got to think a lot of people are watching that line right there. Still doesn't guarantee anything, but valid to think that if the price comes up here and breaks up through there, that could generate some pressure there. In terms of supports, yeah, basically right at that level there. So far so good. It's honoring that area of support. If you go back through the history of things, you can see support, and right now hanging strong. With that being said, if the price were to fall below the green line, I would not call that the end of the world or a massive red flag. I mean, it'd be a minor red flag. A way bigger red flag would be, though, if the price came down to the pink line there and then broke down through that level. I think my theory is holding true because I've been working. I've done various time slots, so I think my working theory has some credibility to it. But my theory is I've done a couple late day streams, and like the super chats are, you know, it's not like it's thousands of dollars, but they're pretty well. Lunchtime, lunchtime is like when the broke people show up. And my theory on why people are broke right now is I think everybody is watching this on lunch, eating a Snickers bar, so they just spent their money at the vending machine. So that's why like super chats are terrible at lunchtime, because everybody is broke because Snickers got their money. Snickers and Little Debbie. That's my working theory right now. On lunchtime, I'm not sure if it's the greatest time to go live from a super chat angle, because lunchtime attracts the broke people, I guess, that were just at the vending machine. We'll see. I don't have enough data to make that a substantial claim, but that's what I'm thinking. That's my working theory right now. So yeah, 30-minute. Now, if the price breaks through that pink line there, I think that would be a lot worse. And then I don't know if 5-minute really matters. I don't know what this person, if they cared about that low of a ticker or that low of a time frame. But there we go. So that's gold versus US dollar. 4-hour, you can see right there, kind of got. And you can see here, this general area. Again, general area, hence the squiggly line. I mean, it makes sense why the price has struggled when it got up there, as this has been a point both there, and there that has provided quite a bit of resistance. Let's see. He's crashing out. I don't know what that means. What does crashing out mean? Let's see. How about coin? Let's take a look at coin. Let me get rid of those lines. Yeah, so coin definitely right now been getting beat up quite a bit as it's pulled back. Near term, though, it's good to see that the price is essentially going sideways. I'm trying to figure out, is there a falling wedge or not? I think we have a chance. Maybe a poor man's falling wedge. Yeah. I'll go with falling wedge. I think that's a falling wedge. Falling wedge is bullish. And as I mentioned earlier, a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards, but it is signaling that maybe, just maybe, the downwards pressure is alleviating a little bit, and that maybe the bulls can get some sort of pop back to the upside. So that could be something to keep an eye on for a coin. Daily definitely getting beat up quite a bit. 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute, definitely, I don't know if you're whoever requested this steeple. I don't know if steeple is a day trader or not, but from a more of a day trading standpoint, that purple line there, 50-period moving average, being very stubborn. So that's an area that could be. Hey, Mark's the man. Mark's the man. Okay, Mark, you got to get. What else do you want me to look at? Let's see. He's not NVDA. We'll take a look at NVDA until Mark gives me. Wait a second, Mark. That should be like $1,000. You are making so much on SMCI. That's like $10 is like couch cushion money for you. Come on, man. I mean, possibly even 10,000 between RDW and SMCI. You are so rich right now. It's unbelievable. He tweaking. What does he tweaking mean? I don't understand what that is. What is he tweaking? He crashing. Listen, I'm old. I don't know this lingo. He crashing. He's crashing out. He's tweaking. I don't know what that means. Mark spent the rest on his Snickers. Well played. Well played. Nvidia. Let's just go right to the 30-minute Nvidia. All right, interesting dynamic here. Talked about this trend line. Oh, that's right. I was already doing Nvidia, but that was right at the beginning when I thought I was streaming, but I wasn't actually streaming. So I was like, didn't I just look at this? I did, but nobody could actually hear me or see me. But so right here, the breakout of this trend line has happened. Not a whole lot of follow through as of right now, but step one has at least been accomplished. I understand. I agree. I'm with you. The best case, the best feeling is when like trend lines are broken and then it just ba-boom. But unfortunately, they can't all be like that. Sometimes they'll break and then you need some consolidation. But as long as consolidation is going sideways, that is a good thing. And that's what's happening here. So would I classify this as like an amazingly exciting breakout? No, but is it healthy? Absolutely. It's maintaining the breakout. That's great. It's actually pulled back and back tested that line. If we go to the 5-minute, you can see that right here. So a good example here of an area of resistance now behaving as support right there. Support. So yes, breakout on Nvidia, just not the most exciting breakout, but a healthy breakout, and a way that, you can see on the way that the 5-minute, I would say, helps to visualize that is the price doing a fantastic job of staying above, respecting that 50 period moving average right there. So as long as the price does stay above that purple line, I would classify Nvidia as a pretty boring breakout, but it's still a breakout nonetheless, and a healthy one. Chicago slang for plane. Gotcha. There's what I learned today. So crashing out and tweaking is just joking around, I think. Assuming I understood how you're defining for plane, I think you mean just joking around. But thank you for that. Thank you for the clarification. Let's see. Rocket Lab. Okay. And then Rocket Lab RKLB. RKLB. All right, daily I like just because there's some very, very well-defined levels. So again, as I've said, I'm not trying to press anybody here. This is not a special talent. This is not a great discovery. A lot of people have drawn that trend line. But I like those levels because when you know a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same things, it can create some good, solid, self-fulfilling prophecies. So valid to think that the price comes up here and pushes through there, that break could create additional buying pressure. Again, no guarantees. So risk management matters, but that is a very, very nice, well-defined trend line. The simplicity to which it can be drawn makes me think a lot of people are watching that exact level. And then in terms of areas of support, again, I think a very well-defined level, that 50-period moving average. So you have that sloping upwards. Price is doing a good job of respecting it. So if we use that purple line as essentially kind of a lower part of the pattern, so if that was pretty terrible, but so if we just pretend that's a trend line, and then we have this trend line right here, we have a nice little wedge. Of course, I'm sure you can see the wedge is running out of room, which does bring about the question, who's ultimately going to win this battle? So in my mind, that's by far the most interesting dynamic right now on RKLB. On the daily chart, it's just there's a battle taking shape. Who is ultimately going to win this wedge? If I were forced into a corner and say, you have to pick somebody, I would go with the bulls just because the wedge is occurring in an overall uptrend, but that doesn't necessarily the bulls are for sure going to guarantee or are guaranteed to win. But as the saying goes, the trend is your friend. Not the trend guarantees anything, but the trend at least suggests that if you were forced to choose, I would choose a break to the upside. But again, risk management matters. 30-minute, I don't know if we're really going to see much else on the... I take that back, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Does this trend line actually have any significance? I can't tell from the naked eye test. So if I connect those, is that... Yeah. All right, I like this. So just by connecting this low and this low, that's what I was looking at. Look at how it did a fantastic job of forecasting some of these other lows. So I would say that's a worthwhile trend line to keep an eye on. So yeah, I'm glad I dropped down to the 30-minute. Again, super chats, because I'm starting to get a bunch of requests now, which is great. I'm glad people are interacting and requesting, but at this point, I probably will not be able to get to them all because I want to be done probably right around an hour. So if you want me to see it, then super chat and I'll do it right away, immediately. And also, if you're enjoying this format, if you like, or if you're, if you're liking it, then hit that like button. That's a super easy way to communicate that to me, and the free way. Another way is a super chat, but if you spend all your money at the Snickers, at the vending machine, hitting that like button, that's good too. ES, okay, we'll look at ES. Now we're going to hop into the world of futures, which is what I trade when... Ooh. So right now, ES, pretty nasty downwards move right now. Move up and really gotten smacked back down. Right now, the 50-period moving average is doing a good job right now of providing support. So I could see a trade plan making sense being built around that 50-period moving average. But if that 50-period moving average does not hold up, then, not saying that the price drops straight down to that pink line there. But what I am saying is that there's a pretty big space between these two levels. So any sort of bigger breaks of that 50-period moving average could certainly generate some more downside pressure to take it at least down to that pink line, which has so far so good, provided very solid support. If I zoom out, you can see right here, previously, pink line, good general area of support. And then we look back at today, and it's been a good general area of support. Let's go down to the 5 minute. Ooh, 5 minutes, yeah. 5 minutes looking rough too. Nice breakout, but just a complete rollover right now for the. So the basically 1, 2, 3, essentially past 20 minutes, because again each of these is 5 minutes. So basically past 20 minutes, essentially straight down, and maybe a little bit of a support right here at that former breakout area. But if the 61.42 mark doesn't hold, again, can't say anything for sure, but I would not be shocked at all to see the price drop down to that purple line right there, 50 period moving average, and potentially bounce off there. Did I get another super chat? I did. ADTX. All right. ADTX. So going straight to the super chat. All right, daily. Hey, all right. I think you might have requested this one yesterday. I think I recognize the name. But good day. Good gap up from where it was at 6 cents, where it is right now, looking good. Daily time frame, though, you're going to want to keep an eye on that purple line there, although I'm assuming you're already in. So if you're having to worry about doing battle with a 50 period moving average, if you're already in, well, that would imply that you're already in the green for the price to go and do battle with that. But that would be the thing that stands out to me the most on the daily time frame is you do have this big old looming with a pretty nasty downward slope to it as a potential area of resistance. Go to the 30 minute. 30 minute, fantastic. So this was an area of resistance from yesterday. When they're broken, you want to see them act as support. Price came down here, ultimately did find support after a fake break to the downside, and then back up it went. So now again, this is all a matter of perspective. If you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well then yeah, from that standpoint, things not looking so good. But if you do care about the bigger picture of things, very, very nice looking chart. You have the 50 period moving average now actually starting to get a slight upward slope to it. So showing that the tides are turning, trying to really start to get an uptrend going. 200 period still work to be done. That's basically still flat. But the 50 period moving average, at least that is heading upwards. Yeah. And then in terms of near-term areas of, like I said, I'm just trying to think, am I missing anything? I want to give the extra eye. But yeah, lows are getting, good movement. And at the end of the day, it's all about higher highs and higher lows, and that's exactly what it's been doing as far as the highs, as far as the lows. So looking good on all accounts there. So yeah, overall, fantastic. Good looking chart, and as long as it keeps on building those bases, that's what matters. Crashing out equals losing your cool and willing to go off and anyone and possibly what? Okay. So what would the term be for not being good at recognizing joking sarcasm? What's the term for that? Not being good at recognizing sarcasm. Because if the person thought I was losing my cool and willing to go off, then that was an incorrect read on their part. So I need to tell them that they are, whatever the slang is for not being good at recognizing joking sarcasm. Like, do I honestly think everybody is broke right now because I went to the vending machine? No, that was me trying to be funny. So yes, Dylan. Yeah, Dylan. Dylan one that said I was crashing out. So I would say to Dylan, whatever the term for not being good at recognizing attempted comedic sarcasm, whatever that term is, that's what Dylan is doing. SERV. All right. SERV. Daily. All right, Daily's trying to... So this one has been beat down quite a bit, but trying to get a bounce. So that's kind of the general context there. 30 minute overall, it's hanging in there. It's trying to recover. I would definitely say moving forward, this level here, very, very important. At 1260 being, because you got to give credit where credit's due. From where it was here to the move up here, that's been a good move. Now it's a valid question of, yeah, but is there any sort of genuine power behind this price movement? And that's a wise question to ask. And that's where 1260 comes into play because, in my opinion at least, a truly strong move shows progress. Not go straight up. Nothing can go straight up, but at least shows progress, which leads to the question, okay, well, how are you defining progress? That's just words. Good point. And that's why I love charts. They allow you to take words and make them very visual. So my definition of quote unquote progress is 1260, because if the price were to come down here and then bounce, well, what do you have in that situation? You have a set of lows right here. You have a low right there. You envision those as stair steps. And there you go. You're still having progress. On the flip side of things, if the price were to come down here and then break down below there, now what do you have? You have the price literally going right back to where it was. And in my opinion, at least, price movements that make nice solid moves and then go right back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power. So yes, as of right now, nice move today. Is there any sort of genuine power? Let's see if it can make progress. Again, progress being defined as 1260. SERV, no clue. Let's see. I spent the rest talking. FWONK. FWONK. Oh, that is a stock? I did not realize that. All right, so nice overall uptrend. That's the first thing. And once again, notice how the price has been beautifully respecting the purple line there, 50 period moving average. That's the name of the game. That's what you want to see. And it's got a great track record of doing so. So if this pullback does come down more, again, no guarantees, but certainly valid to think that the price could find some support at that 50 period moving average. But as far as if you just believe in the overall trend, I mean, you have yourself a pullback here. You don't have to worry about any longer being the person that bought the top. The people that were buying right here, you know, they got that award. Now, just because you're not buying the top doesn't mean it still can't be a losing trade. I'm just saying at least you've alleviated that concern of, am I going to be the sucker that buys the top? Nope, that's come and gone. So if you still do believe in the overall trend, you already have yourself a pullback. Yes, you could potentially wait for the 50-day simple moving average, but of course that comes with the risk of you just never get into the trade at all because the price never comes down there and it curls right back up. So you kind of got to pick and choose wisely. But 30-minute here. So on the 30-minute, definitely the main battleground right now, if there is going to be any sort of attempted move back upwards, going to be that purple line there, 50 period moving average. You can see a couple instances there, including right now. Price hasn't quite hit it today, but it's gotten within the general vicinity like it did right there, and it hasn't quite pushed through it. So that'll definitely be the main battleground moving forward. Looks like I got another super chat. Let's see. CNSP. So we're going to CNSP. CNSP. Yeah, this one. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. There's a candle right here. I didn't even see that candle. At first, I was just looking at these two. But there's another candle all the way down here. Yeah, so this one, now I don't know anything about the company, so I'm not saying this about the company per se. I'm just saying it about the price action. But this one was a pump and dump. I mean, what is a pump and dump? A pump and dump, in my definition, is a price makes a huge move and then pretty quickly goes right back to where it was. And that is exactly what's happened here. Think about it. Where was the price before the big move up? It was down in this range. There's the big move. Now where's the price? And how quickly did it happen? Within the time span of basically 2 days, boom, right back to where it was. So again, if anybody from the company is watching, don't sue me. I'm not saying that you're running a pump and dump. I am just using the term pump and dump to describe the price action. But yeah, that's a brutal looking chart. And if there is going to be any hope of recovery, step one of that recovery, going to be needing to get back above that pink line there, 200 period moving average. But yeah, other than that, like I said, the price literally right back to where it was at these lows. So as far as price action concerned, pump and dump. Let's see. I'd love to get at least likes over 50. So if you have not hit the like button yet, please hit the like button. At least get them over 50. I think the record so far in one of these live streams is like 60 something. But if we could get this at least at 50 right now, I would consider this a successful live stream. So if you're enjoying this format, if you would like for me to come back and continue to do this, let me know via hitting that like button. FWOK. Tesla. All right, we'll take a look at Tesla here. Let's just go down to the 30-minute. Did I already? No, I think Tesla was one I was talking about when I thought I was live streaming, because right now I'm having a case of deja vu. But yeah, there we go. 45 likes, 47. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. 4 more likes. That way we're actually over 51. But Tesla right here on the 30-minute time frame, doing well, doing well. It's gotten above both these areas of resistance. Then it pulled back, but to give credit where credit's due, it did hold strong here, trying to push back upwards. But as I speak right now, not the best looking candle. What's it looking like on the 5-minute? Yeah, it's hanging in there on the 5-minute. This isn't necessarily nothing can go straight up. So 5-minute wise, more than accurate to say it is pulling back. But if you were to say, well, what was going on before this pullback, you would say, well, the price was here and it went all the way up there. So what you have right now in the 5-minute is a bull flag pattern. So yeah, 30-minute right here, not looking the greatest, but down to the 5-minute, you got a bit of a bull flag. 50 period moving average, doing a good job of being respected. So if this continues to work its way upwards, maybe you get some sort of bounce off that area right there. 55 likes. There we go. There we go. Very good. And $14 in super chats. Granted, one person did 10, but hey, you know what? I'm liking this crowd. Up over 55. Now, if we could get over 65, that would be, I think, just a new total record as far as just the live streams. So if we can push for 65 likes, that would be amazing, and that will definitely keep the motivation levels high to keep on doing this. It's 46, so we got about 14 minutes before we call it good. So, again, if you want me to for sure get to your request, do a super chat, because I can't make any guarantees that I'll get to it as I go through the chat here. So Tesla, what indicator is best for beginners? What indicator is best for beginners? I would say candlesticks. Well, the best indicator is price action. And the best form of price action is a candlestick, in my opinion, because a candlestick actually tells you 4 things about the price action itself. I know, most people are like, no, I mean, like, is it the RSI or is it the MACD or is it the blah, blah, blah? And it's like, well, no, people forget that all those indicators are mathematical formulas based off of the king indicator, which is price action. So the 2 kings, price action and volume. So the best indicator is learn price action. Learn price action, and I think the best way to learn price action is a candlestick, because, again, a line chart is just telling you one data point about price action. So, I mean, right here, sure, I can go to a line chart. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, you can get some value from a line chart. I'm not saying a line chart is totally worthless, but when you can go and do a candlestick, in my mind, way better, because a candlestick has 4 pieces of information. Here we go, 58 likes. Cydia Space. I don't know what Cydia Space is ticker-wise, so if you'd like to clarify that, I can maybe get to it. Basically means you're losing it. Okay, so yeah, again, Dylan, totally misread the situation. So whatever misreading situations is called, that's what Dylan did. Whatever the slang for, yeah, you misread the situation. You did not understand. You did not pick up. Your sarcasm radar is broken. Whatever that is, that would be where Dylan was at. STEM. All right. STEM. And I realized that, what is this guy talking about? That hasn't been brought in the chat. Again, I am behind in the chat because I'm taking it one at a time. Oh, wait. I got a super chat. HIMS. All right. HIMS. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, hopefully, HIMS here is overcompensating for your CNSP disaster. Because yeah, this is a good looking chart for. I mean, wow, did it even have earnings, or I don't know. So yeah, not a whole lot I can say. What's the weekly chart look like? Is this all time highs? Yeah, this might be all time highs. Now let's go to the monthly time frame real quick. Oh yeah, by far all time highs. Okay. So daily time frame. So yeah, really all you can tell from the daily is today's been very good. Other than that, I take that back. If you're someone that likes to play pullbacks, right there could be a potential pullback point at 64.90 just based on the rule. When levels of resistance are broken, they can tend to act as support. So potentially right there, I'm not the be-all, end-all. I'm not claiming to have like perfect vision, but for my eyes, I'm not really gaining any other value out of the daily other than monster bullish day, and maybe that as a pullback point. Let's drop to the 30-minute. Even 30-minute, because it was such a strong day, not a whole lot. I mean, I don't know your strategy. If you're some sort of day trader, I mean, maybe there's like a little bull flag right there that you could look to play. But again, if you're not a day trader, and that might be relevant to you. And then what's going on in the 5-minute? Yeah, 5-minute, same general idea. I mean, there's a little bit of if you're some sort of day trader looking to play maybe a trend line break, you could maybe get something right there. So again, I mean, do you buy right there, stop down below these lows? And then if you get the move upwards, you could have a very nice reward relative to the risk there. Again, I'm not telling anybody what to do. This is just me thinking out loud. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, HIMS, I don't have a lot to say about it just because it was such a big day that it's like, well, I'm not sure what else to really say. I mean, it was just a monster move. So you almost have to let a couple more days go by to see. So for example, on the 30-minute, if you get more of a pullback here, okay, well, then that's more somebody could work with, because at least now you'd say, all right, yeah, there's a pullback right here. That's a little bit bigger, but you had this big move here. So now we have a nice bull flag pattern. But like I said, at best, and I'm kind of trying to fit a square peg through a round hole. I mean, this is kind of like a little miniature bull flag. But again, that would be more so just for someone that cares about things from the day trading standpoint. All right. What was I on before? I think I was going to do STEM. I think that was right. Again, super chats. We'll make sure I get to it. I'm going to be at this for 8 more minutes. We just hit 52 minutes. I'm going to go for 8 more minutes. So if you want me to take a look at something, a super chat ensures that I will see it. So right here, STEM, daily time frame, right away. Just from the overall context, makes me think that that 200 period moving average is definitely going to be a potential problem point. You can see rejected the price, rejected the price, rejected the price, rejected the price. So that doesn't mean that it'll for sure reject the price, but it does mean that if the bulls are going to push up through there, then you'd really want to. The bulls are really going to have to bring their A game. Hey, 62 likes. All right, I like this group. So what is it? The Wednesday lunch group so far. Wednesday lunch group. I'm liking. Everybody. Couple people can't quite read sarcasm, but besides that, we'll work on them. We'll help them figure out sarcasm. But besides that, I'm liking this group. 62. Like I said, that is by far a record. Good stuff. Still keep hitting the like button though. That's a very quick way to communicate that you're enjoying this format. So yeah, on the daily time frame, 200 period moving average, key level. And as of right now, as I speak, not the greatest 30-minute session right here. But to be fair, even with this big old pullback here, even if I'm not saying it will, but even if it were to come down to, let's just say right here. So if this thing pulls back even more before finally kind of leveling out, what would you have from a bigger picture standpoint? Well, you'd still have lows right here. You'd have lows there. You'd have lows down here. If you envision those as stair steps, you'd still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So yeah, this session, this 30-minute period right now, pretty sketchy, pretty rough, but is not necessarily ruining the chart, but it is making things look a little sketchy. But if you still do believe in the overall trend, I mean, I'm sure some people are like, I'm buying this dip. I still believe in the overall trend. I still believe it's got a chance to put a higher base, which all those things are true. It does still have a chance to build a higher base. So I don't know, in a couple hours from now, maybe people are going to be looking and saying, oh, why didn't I buy that dip? Well, that's what makes trading hard, right? Because yeah, this looks a little bit scary right now, right? Looks a little bit scary, but again, it's still occurring within an overall uptrend. But also, to be fair, maybe this is the beginning of a total collapse. But that's why risk management matters, right? That's why stop losses matter. Okay. Let's see. STEM. Bro, what key level is this? Sorry, Franklin, I have no idea what that's in regards to. I promised ADTX. We did ADTX. BBAI. Much love, Clay. Thank you, MT Video Battles. I appreciate it. If you have not, please hit that like button. If you're enjoying, that's a great way to quickly communicate that. BBAI. Yeah, this one's been a pretty popular one. Pretty popular. Ooh, so daily has pulled back some more. Now again, yeah, this is the fourth red day in a row. As of now, things can recover. It's only going to be about 1 p.m. Eastern as of right now, so things, to be fair, could recover. But yes, fourth looking like red day in a row. But to be fair, this area of support right here, this low, still has not been violated. So it's still technically got an opportunity to, you know, if it just continues to do something like this, this sideways action, where did the last time it do this sideways action? Right here. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but this sideways action is higher than that sideways action down there, which does show that progress is still being made. So that's still an opportunity here, a chance, but let's go to the 30-minute. All right, I think I'm just going to get rid of that trend line here. Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah, there's got to be a lot of people that are like, look, draw that trend line right there. Yeah, that's a good trend line. That's one that I think a lot of people have drawn. And again, I make the comment about a lot of people because a lot of people watching the same levels wondering the same thing. That's where you can get some of those potential self-fulfilling prophecies. So I would definitely keep an eye on that as the main overarching area of resistance. And then as support, yeah, this line right here is the one that we were talking about on the daily time frame. Probably needs to be adjusted down a little bit more that we have more data right around that 770 mark. So if the price breaks down through 770, again, not the end of the world per se, but going back to the daily, breaking down through 770 starts to put the price kind of in more so this no man's land until basically right here. So a break of 770, again, I'm not saying go straight down, but I could see the price relatively quickly bleeding down to that 660 mark. Again, almost done. So if you want me to do yours, for sure, drop a super chat and I will do an analysis on it. 68 likes. Love it. Are we going to hit 70? So again, super chat if you want me to do it because maybe I'm going to probably do about one more here. So, but I will do yours if you... Rashad, SMCI. Yeah, SMCI was the very first one I did way back at the beginning of the stream. Bulls, Tesla. I did Tesla already. ADTX, I did that one. BBAI. Okay, I just did BBAI. Tesla, please. For Sasi, like, I don't know if you need a type like. I think you just hit the like button would be great. BBAI stock. Yeah, yep. I just did BBAI. What did I miss? SLS. So it's looking like this will be the last one, unless I get a super chat here, and we'll call it good. So SLS. While in the daily time frame here, definitely, I don't want to call it a do or die level, but certainly a very key level is going to be that pink line. 200 days simple moving average. You can see the price have been doing a very good job of respecting it. If that level doesn't hold up, again, no guarantees, but I could see it very realistically at least going down to that purple line right there, 50 period moving average, which you can see also has a track record of behaving as a support. But in the very near term, yeah, that 122-ish area going to be an important level. Again, if for those of you that are requesting things, this is my last one unless there's a super chat because I wanted to do this for an hour, and by the time I'm done with this, it'll probably be about an hour. So I'm seeing these other requests, but again, if you want me to do it, it's got to be a super chat at this point because I am done at an hour. SLS here on the 30-minute. Yeah, definitely a lower volume stock. This is kind of looking like a... yeah, I mean, you could maybe get a trend line in right here as a support. Yeah, other than that, not seeing a whole lot. And if the 30 minutes is choppy, 5 minutes got to be real choppy. Yeah, 5 minutes, not. This is definitely not a day trading stock, that's for sure. Very low liquidity. So yeah, I think the most value on this one just comes from the really two main moving averages here. From a resistance standpoint, if this does try to turn around. You have basically this little wedge here, but in all actuality, this wedge here that I've drawn, so we have that level and that level, and then we have the big move down right there. This is actually a bear pennant pattern, but it is a bear pennant occurring in still a general overall bullish context because the price is still putting in higher lows. So yeah, it's not like that's the most beautiful bear pennant, but it is still a bear pennant nonetheless. Okay, well, I have not seen any other super chats, so I'm going to go ahead and call this good. If you have not yet, please consider looking into futures. Futures are very good in terms of there's no pattern day trading rule. There's no, you don't have to, borrow shares to short. You don't have to locate shares, pay extra things to short. If you're in options, there's no theta. There's no Greeks. There's nothing like that. They're very straightforward, and you can trade them at a very, very risk-wise way, meaning you could do something really stupid and have it cost you thousands of dollars, but in all actuality, it just costs you the proof. So if you use that link that's been on the screen the entire time, what that's going to do is it's going to take you here to the futures, the prop firm. So basically the way a prop firm works is this. At the top of the screen, I'm talking about, the $85 for 50,000. So right there for $85, you're getting $50,000 worth of purchasing power. And with that, you can lose up to $2,000. But the thing is, if you just lose your mind, do something really stupid, and you just have a bad day and you lose $2,000, you have not lost $2,000 out of your account. You've lost just the cost of the account, which would be $85. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking to expand, to get around the pattern day trading rule, to not have to worry about locating shares and paying extra for locates, or you're getting sick and tired of the Greeks within the options, futures are a very good market to consider. They're basically open 24/7, and you can, when you do them through a prop firm, they offer you a very solid way to minimize risk. So make sure you use that link because that's what it will give you the 50% there. And if you don't know anything about, I thought the ticker vending machine joke was very funny. I laughed out loud. Hey, all right. So Minor Auto Body, you got the joke. You picked up on it. Good. I'm glad at least one person he even laughed out loud. That's great. But if you are not sure about futures, you know nothing about futures, I'll put this link too. I'll just go to my site and grab it real quick. But this is a totally free 4-part series. So if you do want to learn more about futures, you can check that out. And obviously you want to scroll down and start at class number 1. But I've only met one trader so far that's gone and tried futures and has then gone back to doing what they were doing. One. And that's out of a whole lot of traders. So I've seen the theory and I'm believing it pretty much hook, line, and sinker that all traders eventually end up trading futures because futures just offer so many benefits. And I'm not a tax person either, but even from a tax perspective, there are tax benefits to futures also. But like I said, I'm not going down that rabbit hole because I'm certainly not qualified in that regard. But give futures some serious consideration and make sure you use that link and ensure that you can do it. And like I said, $50,000 worth of buying power for $85. So just something to keep in mind. Originally from New York. I guess these people are... No, I mean, to be fair, it was really just one person who misread the situation. But I think everybody else understood the joke and weren't too offended by it. But, well, everybody, thank you for being here. I stalled for a little bit while longer in case there might have been another super chat to come in for another analysis. But that is okay. So got up to almost 70 likes. A new record. Fantastic. I liked you all as the Wednesday morning lunch crew. So the Wednesday morning lunch crew has set the record. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you to those of you that have given super chats. Thank you for those of you that have hit the like button. And yeah, I think I'll be back tomorrow. I think at the same time. I'm trying this lunchtime thing out. We'll see how it continues to go. But yeah, I am planning on doing it. And if for sure, I'll set up another thing where I have it scheduled so that you can just see it right away on whether or not I'm going to go live at lunch. But I'm still thinking maybe I'll try a late afternoon one at some point too, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock after the market's closed. But I'm still thinking through that. But everybody, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you have not yet, hit that like button, but you've enjoyed what you've seen here. And if you want me to continue to do these, then hitting the like button is a very easy way to do that. So